Just because a home is over $1 million does not automatically make it luxury. And this is one of the biggest misconceptions I see, especially here on Whidbey Island. Quick heads up, if you're thinking about buying or selling on Whidbey, I've got a link below where you can connect with me directly. I help clients navigate this market every day, especially at the higher price points. I'm a local real estate agent here on Whidbey Island, serving Oak Harbor, Coopville, Langley, Clinton, and the surrounding areas. And what's interesting about Whidbey is that luxury looks a little different here compared to bigger cities. It's not always about square footage, it's not always about brand new construction. A lot of times it's about lifestyle. And just to give you some context, on Whidbey Island, I'm seeing homes anywhere from just over a million all the way up to 10, 12, even $13 million. But here's the important part. Not all of these homes feel like luxury. So, whether you're thinking about selling or trying to understand what you're actually paying for as a buyer, this will give you a much clearer picture of what luxury actually means here. Let's start with the biggest factor, location. On Whidbey Island, location carries a lot of weight. And I'm not just talking about a nice neighborhood. I'm talking about waterfront properties, west-facing views, privacy, acreage, and proximity to areas like Langley, Clinton, or Coopville. You can have a smaller home, but if it's sitting on high bank waterfront with unobstructed views, that's luxury. On Whidbey, you're often paying for what's around the home just as much as the home itself. Next, views and lifestyle. Luxury buyers here are not just buying a house. They're buying how it feels to live there. Things like panoramic water views, sunset-facing decks, large windows, indoor-outdoor living, those matter more than just square footage. A 2,000 square foot home with incredible views can easily outperform a 3,000 square foot home with none. Now, let's talk about pricing, because this is where things get really interesting on Whidbey. In that just over $1 million range, you're often getting land, acreage, outbuildings like pole barns or shops, and sometimes a view. But the interior doesn't always match what people expect from luxury. And I'll say this too. You can absolutely find homes with great views under $1 million on Whidbey. But the interior and overall finish level may not feel luxury. Now, as you move into that 1.5 to 2.5 million range, this is where things really start to shift. You're typically seeing larger homes, stronger views, often waterfront properties, and more usable acreage. This is where buyers start to get that combination of location, space, and lifestyle. Now, interestingly, there's actually not much sitting in that 3 to 5 million range right now on Whidbey. A recent example would be a property on Sunlight Beach Road in Clinton. That's a small peninsula that sits out into Useless Bay. So you're getting really prime waterfront positioning there. And that's a perfect example of what drives value at that price point. It's not just the house, it's the land, the setting, and the uniqueness of the property itself. And right now, inventory in that range is limited. So there's a bit of a gap in the market between that 2.5 million range and jumping into higher end properties. Once you get into that 5 million plus range, that's where things become much more custom and exclusive. You're looking at high-end waterfront, fully custom homes, unique architectural design, larger properties, more privacy, and significantly more amenities. At that level, it's not just a home, it's a lifestyle property. And this is why price alone doesn't define luxury, because you can have $1 million home that doesn't feel luxury at all, And you can have a lower priced home with incredible views that feels more elevated. Now, let's talk about quality. Luxury on Whidbey is less about size and more about design, finishes, details, and how the home feels when you walk through it. Think high end kitchens, spa like bathrooms, custom cabinetry, intentional layout. Buyers at this level notice everything. And then there's privacy. This is a huge driver for luxury buyers here. A lot of people are looking for space, separation, quiet, and that sense of retreat. That's part of what makes Whidbey so appealing in the first place. Now, let's flip this for a second. Just because a home is priced high does not mean it's luxury. I see homes all the time that are priced at the top of the market, but they're missing key elements. Maybe there's no view. Maybe the location isn't strong. Maybe the finishes feel outdated, or the overall experience just doesn't match the price. And buyers feel that immediately, especially right now. Buyers in this price range are selective. They have options, and they are not overpaying for something that doesn't feel aligned. So, when we talk about luxury on Whidbey Island, it's not just one thing. It's a combination of location, views, lifestyle, quality, amenities, and overall experience. If you're thinking about selling and you're not sure how your home is positioned, or you're buying and want help identifying what actually holds value here, I'd love to help you. There is a link in the description where you can reach out to me directly. And if this video was helpful, make sure to subscribe. I post videos every week breaking down what it's really like to live and invest on Whidbey Island.